Well, this video is just nothing more than a quick hit of what I'm doing to the car at the moment, because of its propensity to break apart on me. So you can see I'm making very good use of my newly acquired guard protectors. In terms of what I've had to do, I've had to take the inlet manifold out. So obviously that would normally sit in there, with the inlets through the engine under those rags. Yeah, about 4.5 hours it took me to extract it, primarily due to these million, and I do mean a million, without doubt, a million connectors that go around many wiring looms, and God knows it's going to be fun getting them back together. That's one of 2 engine management computer connectors, and of course then you've got the same on the other side. Right hand side, more connectors. Down here you've got cam solenoids, connectors for the fuel rail, connectors for the coil packs there, and connectors for connectors which go to connectors. A lot of fun. So the reason for all that is that this had to come out because I'll just change hands here so I can hopefully illustrate a bit better. Because this piece here, this is what came out, is normally connected to that, but it broke off. And that is normally connected to this actuator here, which is that big one there. And that then operates via 2 rods like this, operates the tumble valves and tumble flaps inside the manifold, one down each side. So I ordered 2 of these from China, and this is one of them, and surprise, surprise, it doesn't fit. Who would have thought? Because that fitting there doesn't have, it's a ball and socket type affair, but it doesn't have a retaining mechanism inside to retain the ball on the shaft. Where is it? Here it is. No mechanism to retain that ball when you push it in, so nothing to hold it. So we're still, or not still, we are now waiting for a part to arrive from Melbourne, which should do the job. But in the meantime, what I can show you is that this then is the back of the inlet manifold, where it sits closest to the firewall. So in this area here is where the throttle body goes, which is this bit here. So take this over here, we'll put this on the right way. So that will then fit back on there, obviously after I've got to clean all this, obviously. It's in a terrible mess. So that will go back on there. And then this 90-degree plastic elbow will go back on there. And then the mass airflow sensor, which is this one here in the bag, which I keep in a sealed bag because I don't want to have to buy a new one of those. So that goes on there. When I was pulling it apart, I noticed that in this area here, there was a lot of oil sitting down at the bottom. So what I did, when I got the manifold out, if you look down in the valley there at the back, you can see where all that oil's going. Now that's a result of a leaking PCV valve, which I've changed. I had the foresight to actually have one. So that's the old one there, and so that's the seal that leaks. And when this starts leaking, it just runs down to the bottom of the V. So I've actually changed that. I'll show you if I can. I might have to move this part of this massive wiring here. I'll get round this side, and that's it there with the white cap in the tube. So that's the new PCV valve. So I've got that one in, so hopefully no more leaks from that. So that's a positive. So yeah, so that's the end of that. And of course you've got the mass airflow sensor then sits on top of this, and with all the attendant wiring. So it's a what can you say? There's a lot of work involved for the sake of a pissy little bloody broken bell crank. But thanks to Mr. Benz and his infinite wisdom, he's decided to use plastic in an area that's subject to a bit of stress and a lot of temperature. So, I don't know what we say about that, but other than the fact that I've cleaned the top of it, but I've still got to do the rest of it yet, obviously. I've got to clean that out and this and that and that. And that's the fuel rail. That came out of one piece, which is fortunate. They say they do, but you know, do they really? I don't know. So I got that out. That's the inlet manifold gaskets, the old ones. I've ordered new ones of those, and I've also ordered 2 new seals for this elbow, that one and that one there. And of course, as would be the case, the easiest one to change is the top one. So that's the one they've got in stock, but this is the one that's actually leaking. So that's coming from Singapore. Wonderful. But it won't stop me putting it back together, it just means I'll have to pull it out again to fit the new seal when it arrives. So that's about what I'm up to, bro. Yeah, like I say, waiting for this to arrive in the post from Melbourne. And I'll go down to Mr. Ben's tomorrow, and no doubt he'll manage to get a pitchfork into my wallet and extract some money from it. Oh, my toothbrush. I'll have to clean that before I do my teeth tonight. Yeah, well, that's about it. That's about all I can offer at the moment, other than work progress. It will progress and progress slowly, perhaps, but we'll get it done. All right, another update shortly, perhaps.